Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've been thinking about studying in South Korea, I think this is the time for you to really decide and apply through the Global Korea Government Scholarship. The undergraduate version of this scholarship is officially open as of today, the 10th of, is it September? Yeah, September 2024. And this is going to be for those who want to study in South Korea in the year 2025. Why am I saying that? If you're thinking about studying in South Korea and you've not yet made up your mind, this is the best time for you to take the opportunity and apply for the scholarship. This is because when you go through the application guideline, they have really carried out some changes, which makes me to get to the conclusion that South Korea is really interested right now in having foreign students in the country. Yeah, so in this video I'm going to go through the application guideline for the Global Korean Government Scholarship 2025 undergraduate application. It's a Gks-U 2025 for those who want to do a bachelor's degree in South Korea or maybe an associate degree in South Korea. So without taking too much of your time, let me share my screen with you. So the first thing that you need to do is be able to get the necessary documents for application, and you have to begin by going to either studyinkorea.go.kro or go to Google and then type study in Korea. I always do this in all of my videos because I always get that questions from students asking, how do I get the application form? So I think this is the best way you should go about it. Type studyinkorea.go.kro and it will take you to this website. So this is the website. On this website you would get a lot of information about scholarships in South Korea, even from private universities or individual universities, because I always say it in most of my videos that the global scholarship is not the only scholarship available for international students to study in South Korea. So when you're on this page, what you need to do is go to the section that says GKS. There is an option for you to change the language up here. So if you click on GKS, you would find this 2025 Global Korea Scholarship for Undergraduate Degree 2025 Government Invited Undergraduate Degree Guideline. So here you would find the subtotal about every information on the scholarship, the number of students that will be admitted, and the different tracks that are available to apply, which is what I need to explain in this video so that you don't get confused when applying for the scholarship. So when you go down, you would find the different forms. There is the application guideline in English, you also have it in Korean language, and then you have application. This is the different forms that you're supposed to download and then fill out. So if I click on it, I can like download it and then open it. Let me kind of open it. Let's look at it together. This scholarship just became officially open today, Tuesday, and it's already 5 past 10 p.m. in South Korea right now. So this is the application form. Probably I should make it bigger and then a single form. You will notice is that the checklist cannot be, you cannot click on it and then check it. So it's okay for you to do the checklist with a pen, but it is not recommended to fill out this form with a pen. Just know that you need to type it with a computer. It is not recommended because you might have very bad handwriting and not be able to see, especially in sections that have to do with essays. For example, your personal statement and your thought plan. I would not recommend even your letter of recommendation should not be written with a pen. So this is the application form. That's how you go about getting that application form. For the application guideline, this is it. And then information about the different universities. So for the application guideline, if you click on it, it will open. And then we can like open it. It is here, 2025 Global Korea Scholarship Application Guideline for Undergraduate Degree. Chon, Iship, Onyan Jongbu, Chuchong, Wegugin, Hagbo Jong Haksen, Mochip, Yogang. That's it. It was launched on the 9th of September. Kyoyukbu, Kuklip, Kukje, Kyoyukwan. It's just information that's not very important for you. That's Korean. Some of you do not know Korean. Probably you do not know Korean. Some might not be able to read. So this is the guideline. I want us to go through this guideline and look at the different changes. The first thing that I always tell students is that objective of every scholarship, if you know the objective of the scholarship, it will really guide you in your statement of purpose. You will be mentioning statement of purpose in your personal statement, but without really mentioning it, because they want to know if you have a heart for service, which is those who have done some volunteer work stand a greater chance in obtaining this scholarship, because they want to offer the scholarship to somebody who has the heart to serve, to pay your tuition fee, give you money to stay in Korea. They are hoping that you should be able to share back that knowledge, be it in Korea or with your community back in home country. So as you can see here, associate degree students will have the opportunity to also do Korean language 1 year, and their degree, depending on the university, if the associate degree is 1 year, 2 years, they will do it for 2 years. If it's for 3 years, they will do it for 3 years. And then for bachelor's degree, you do Korean language for 1 year, and then if your bachelor's degree is 4 years, you do it for 4 years. If it's 6 years, you do it for 6 years. That's basically what they mean there by between 4 to 6 years. And then application tracks. There are 2 tracks. The first one is embassy track. Second one is university track. If you've been following me, embassy track simply means you have to submit your documents with your local embassy in South Korea. Give me a second, guys. Let me check out something here. So embassy track simply means you have to make sure you submit your documents through the embassy in your home country, while university track simply means you would submit to the university in South Korea directly. You post your documents to the embassy, to the university in South Korea. But it is recommended that you make sure you get the information about postal service and everything on, I made mention of this website. On this website, you have this section on university information. Give me a sec. Let me see. Okay. So there are changes that have happened, and these are like positive changes. Here you would find that there is general under embassy, and then you have 71 students. That's 71 places available, and then there is 7 for overseas Koreans who live outside, and then there is a new option for people from Ukraine, because Korea is trying to help Ukraine that is fighting a war right now with Russia. Last year, I think this one was 81, including a total of 87, which is a plus. And then RGKS, that's regional GS. We'll explain all of these things so that people understand. And then UIC. UIC last year was 60 students. They've increased it to 100, which is a plus. Last year, the total here, if you have to go by university track, involving RGKS and UIC plus associate degree, is about 260, but there is a plus 20, which tells me that South Korea is really trying to encourage foreigners to go to their country, because South Korea is really having a serious population deficit because life is expensive, despite the fact that it's a rich country. People are not giving birth, and the fact that they have increased UIC, it is telling in itself, because South Korea is doing everything to encourage science and technology students to go to the country, study, and then help develop the country in the domains of science and technology. So if you are a science student, especially a natural science student, or a STEM student, STEM students simply means science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. If you are in that field, you stand a greater chance in obtaining different types of scholarships to go to South Korea. If you've been following me on this channel, you would always find that most of my scholarships always makes reference to science students, but it does not mean that if you are maybe an art, or maybe if you're not a science student, let's put it that way, it does not mean that there are no scholarships for you. You still have an opportunity. That's why they said applicants can only apply to university and departments that are listed in the university information. It is very important that you open this document. The document here, university information, it's a zipped file, which means you would open and then unzip. I have mentioned how to about unzipping files on this channel a lot. Let me make sure I am live on Facebook. I receive messages from people telling me that they want me to review their essays. I give some conditions as to how I could review any essay. If you tell me you've been sharing my post, the first thing that I would do is I would go to your Facebook page or Facebook profile and look at what you've been sharing. If you tell me you've been liking on YouTube, it's a good thing, but I said in all of the platforms that we can reach more people. In other platforms, people ask you to pay money. So, like I was saying, you have to make sure you go to this, because now going through the document, I've noticed that some universities that were on the Global Korean Government Scholarship last year in 2024 are no longer there. So, for example, if you're thinking about applying through UIC, I think Sogang University is no longer there. Sogang University in Seoul is no longer there. Some universities are no longer there. So, if you were thinking about applying to some universities, you might have to go back and look at the university information file and make sure that your university is there, because maybe your university is no longer available. So you have to be very careful. If you've already prepared, because I believe if you've been following me on this channel, I've been saying that make sure you have your documents almost ready, so that when the application scholarship is launched, you don't have to start thinking about document authentication, because it usually takes too much time to authenticate your documents. By now, you should be thinking about rounding up and then submitting your application, or maybe reviewing your essays. You shouldn't be thinking about getting your transcript certificate authenticated. If not, you might miss out on the timeline. Okay, I think we were here. I already mentioned the fact that UIC has increased. I think general has also increased. No, general is now 71, and then RTS has come to play. UIC has increased to 100. Associate has also increased. Associate degree has also increased. I think last year they had only 30 students for associate degree, but now it has gone to 100. Now, available universities field division. If you're thinking about applying through embassy track, for embassy track, type A universities, they've also reduced this number. Last year, no, they've increased it. Last year it was 24. It has gone up to 29, which some universities have been added. And maybe some have been taken out. So you have to make sure you look for this application guideline for the 25 and make sure the university that you've been thinking about is available. So these are the type A universities, and then these are the type B universities. Remember, if you're applying through embassy track, it has been stated down here, embassy track applicants may choose up to 3 different universities from type A and must apply to at least one of the universities listed under type B. So for example, if you're going through embassy track, if you want, you can choose Aju University. If you want, you can choose Incheon National University, but you must make sure to go down and select one university from type B, so you can decide and choose maybe Kim University in Day. Or if you want, you can choose one here and then choose two here. So you can even choose University of Seoul and then come here and choose Dongang University or Dongso University. That's it about embassy track. If you go down, the next one is university track. If you're applying through university track, you have two options. You can either apply through RGKS or apply through UIC. It's very important that we take into account that. What are the universities that are available under UIC? Under UIC, you have Aju University here, right down to Tech University of Korea. Some universities have been taken out. And then if you're applying for associate degree, you have Jeonbuk and Yongin University. That's on the UIC. If you want to do associate degree under UIC, you can apply to those two universities. But if you're applying through RGKS, what is the difference between UIC and RGKS? UIC universities are universities that are in partnership with mostly corporations in Korea or maybe industries in Korea. It can be a science and technology based industry in Korea. So all of the universities that you find under UIC have a connection with a company, which means you might have the opportunity to probably do some practical work in some companies in Korea if you're studying under UIC. That's the difference between UIC and RGK. UIC simply means those universities are in collaboration with corporations or companies in South Korea. For example, Aju University has a motor industry, but that one is in another city. But Aju University is also linked to a lot of other companies in Korea. And then RGKS. RGKS means universities that are regional. These universities are not in Seoul. They are not in the capital of South Korea. So if I go up here, even if I go up here to type A universities, Aju University is in Suwon. Suwon is right next to Seoul. Hongik University is in Seoul. Hankook University for Foreign Studies is also in Seoul. Hanyang, they have a campus in Seoul, and they also have a campus in Ansan. Konkuk is in Seoul. Kukmin is in Seoul. Korea University in Seoul. You have Seoul National University there in Seoul. You have Seoul Tech. I cannot go about naming them, but a lot of the universities under type A embassy track are in Seoul, while the universities that you will find in B, they are not in Seoul, and you would also find some of them in RGKs. But when applying through embassy track, university track, make sure you are selecting only these universities here. University track is either through UIC or RGKs. Again, if you're applying through UIC, UIC is also university. You're sending your documents directly to the university. If you're applying through other GKS, Regional Global Career Scholarship, you're sending documents directly to the universities also in South Korea. Then for associate degrees also, you're also sending your documents directly to the university. You don't have anything to do with, say, the to students. Last year it was 30. UIC also, they've increased the quota a lot. It was 60. One was 81, if I'm not mistaken. And then down here you now have embassy track and the different quotas. If your country is on the list here, this is the countries. If you find your country on this list, then you are eligible to apply through embassy track. And then UIC. UIC is open to everyone. UIC is open to every student. Again, UIC is open to every student. So if you're not on this embassy track, your country is not on this list of students, list of countries under embassy track, it means you can apply through UIC, University Industry Corporation. And for the universities that are under UIC, these are the universities. University right down to Busan National University in Busan. If you love what, then it's a good place to go. And if you're applying through Aju University UIC, know that you can either go and study software engineering. Konyang has smart security. Kukmin has College of Computer Science, Artificial Intelligence, so like sub majors. And then University of Korea has these different majors. Kyongbuk University has Big Data. Yongjin has Division of Computer Information and AI Convergence Mechanical Engineering. Now for RGKs, remember I've mentioned that UIC is open to everyone, but RGKs is limited to a certain number of countries. So this is those select 80 students from 6 regions. From Southeast Asia, you have from Brunei right down to Vietnam. These are the countries from Southeast Asia. North Asia, from Mongolia, there's only Mongolia here, and they'll take 7 students from Mongolia. Southwest Asia, you have Afghanistan right down to Sri Lanka, they will divide 27 positions. Central Asia has Kazakhstan right down to Uzbekistan. They would divide 11 seats. And then Americas, Europe, and the Pacific, you have all of these countries from Bolivia right down to Turkey. They have only 5 slots available. Middle and Africa, you have Egypt, Iran, right down to Uganda or Uganda, Zimbabwe. They have 8 seats to share. Let me explain this again. If you're applying through embassy track, you have to make sure your country is on the list of embassy track applicant countries. If you apply through RGKS, make sure your country is among the countries that are eligible for RGKS. But if you apply through UIC, UIC is open. That's University Industry Corporation under Global Korean Government Scholarship, open to every national, which means people from countries that are eligible under Global Korean Government Scholarship, under embassy track and university track, can still apply through UIC. So, for example, let's take Nigeria. Going through that list, I noticed that Nigeria is eligible under embassy track and also eligible under RGKS. Some students, if they want, they can still apply through UIC. They are not restricted. UIC is open to every student. Let's continue looking at the guideline. This is going to be a long video. So for eligibility, they say all applicants must hold citizenship of NIIED designated countries. Basically, you're supposed to make sure none of your parents is Korean. You are not supposed to be holding Korean nationality. Your father is not supposed to be holding a Korean nationality. Then that make you eligible. And then also it says here, applicants or legal guardian must hold citizens from other countries other than Korea. If applicants or their parents hold one citizenship, one who has both Korean citizenship or other countries. Okay, basically they are trying to say that if one of your parents or both of your parents have dual citizenship and one of it is either Korean, no, Korean does not recognize citizenship, but basically make sure you do not have a Korean citizenship. Your father is not supposed to have a Korean citizenship. Your mother is not supposed to have a Korean citizenship. If one of them is holding it, must provide proof that they have renounced their citizenship. And also, if it happens you change your citizenship during the application, then you must make sure you inform them, or else you will be excluded. But this is not applicable to UIC students. Okay, level of education, they say bachelor's degree for applicants who graduate or expect to graduate from high school or an associate degree program. So if you already have an associate degree, you cannot apply to do another associate degree. You can apply to do a bachelor's degree. And then if you just graduated from high school, or maybe have already graduated from high school, you can then apply to do bachelor's degree. So from high school, or you earn an associate degree and you want to do a bachelor's degree. Applicants who have a bachelor's degree cannot apply. I think I've been saying, because people have been asking me, I have a bachelor's degree, I want to apply. If you mention that you have a bachelor's degree, you will be disqualified. And if you already have an associate degree, you can apply for a bachelor's degree. And this is important. Applicants who are expected to graduate as of December 31st, take note of this date. You know you will graduate on the 1st of January, you're disqualified. You must make sure you graduate by the 31st of December 2024. Must submit a certificate of expected graduation at the time of application. So if you are still in school but will graduate soon, make sure you're graduating by the 31st of December 2024. And in that situation, you must make sure you submit a graduation certificate. Yeah, so by then, make sure you also have a graduation certificate. You can apply with a document called Certificate of Expected Graduation or Expecting Graduation Certificate, stating that you will graduate soon. In most cases, they want to see a date. For example, date, say you graduate in November, maybe on the 20th of December 2024. It should not be that you will graduate on the 1st of January 2025. Take note of that. It is here. Failure to do so will result in cancellation of your actions. So if you apply the proof you will graduate soon and you're not able to submit graduation certificate by the 31st of December, you can't your scholarship. So you must submit a graduation certificate or a degree certificate. Basically, they are talking of high school graduation certificate here. Not don't get too confused. This one is self-explanatory. You can use a professional graduation certificate saying that you will graduate soon. And then grades, cumulative grade point average, CGP, of the entire curriculum for the previous degree program must meet one of the two conditions. Normally, we want you to have at least 80% or above if you're going by the percentile, that's 100-point scale. Or if you are maybe 60%, but can prove that you were among the top 20% in your class by providing a document from your school that says that, okay, your grades might be lower, but you were among the best students in your class. That's what they want to see. And take note of this also. CGPA must be equal to, if it's on a scale of 4.0, you must have at least 2.64. On a scale of 4.3, you must have at least 2.80. On a scale of 4.5, you must have at least 2.91. And on a scale of 5, you should have at least 3.23. It's very important. And then here they say, if an applicant that does not provide CGPA information or is unable to convert his or her grades into any one of the accepted GPA scales, that's 4.0 right up to 5.0, or the 100% scale, then the applicant must submit additional documents officially issued by their respective high school university describing the institution's grading system. Get an official document from your high school that's explaining the grading system that your school uses. And then applicants who are expected to graduate should calculate the most recent GPA application. So you must be able to do calculation, and in most cases get your school to confirm the calculation. Then this is also important. Must be under 25 years of age, born on the 1st of March. If you're born on the 28th of February 2020, you're not eligible. You must be born either on the 1st of March or maybe 2nd of March going forward. I repeat, if you were born on the 28th of February in the year 2000, you are not eligible. If you were born on the 1st of March 2020 or 2nd of March, 3rd of March forward, you are eligible for the scholarship. You must not have any crimes. That's normal. Every scholarship would say that. You must be healthy. Every scholarship will say that. Restriction: a person has graduated or is expected to graduate from a Korean high school. If you went to school in Korea, did your high school in Korea, or any international school in Korea, you're not eligible for this scholarship. Even if you did your associate degree in Korean university, you're not eligible. A person who graduated from an online curriculum arranged by a Korean university, school or university cannot apply. So anything that has to do with Korea is restricted. A person who is currently in their final year at the high school or Korean university cannot apply. If you have once received a scholarship, you're no longer eligible. If you had once received a bachelor's degree scholarship under Gks, you are no longer eligible. But if you want to apply for graduate, that's master of PhD, it's okay. But that one is in February next year. A scholar who had received a scholarship for a degree, you're not eligible. A previous scholar whose scholarship was cancelled after their enrollment, if you had once applied for a scholarship and then you're no longer eligible. A person who had previously received a scholarship for a degree program in another Korean other than NIEED. So if you have maybe POSCO or any other scholarship in South Korea, you're no longer eligible for GKS. You must have just one scholarship. The previous scholar who had received scholarship from GKS non-degree program for exchange. Okay, so if you have been in Korea as an exchange student, that's okay. You can apply. That's okay. Selection of scholarship means a GKS scholar either withdraws from the program or his or her scholarship was forfeited during their application. So if you withdraw when able to meet one of the conditions like obtaining top test of Korean proficiency, and then your scholarship was cancelled, then you're no longer eligible to apply to reapply. Former GKS degree program applicants who had withdrawn from the program or was disqualified from scholarship after selected in recent 3 years cannot apply. That's self-explanatory. If you had withdrawn or were disqualified from the scholarship when you were already selected in the past 3 years, you cannot apply. Duplicate applicants. Embassy track applicants who pass the first round of selection, including backup candidates, cannot apply again through a university track. So now let me explain what they mean here. Normally, you're going through embassy track. There are stages in the embassy track. You submit through the Korean embassy in your home country, and then they will review your application. If they think that you meet the conditions, they will organize an interview with you. If you pass the interview, they will submit your documents to NIIED in South Korea. If your documents get to NIIED in South Korea, there is no way. Okay, let me continue the story. If it happens that at the level of NIIED, you fail in the application process, in that case, it's difficult for you to go back and apply through university track. But if you submit through embassy track and then they review your application and you fail at the level of interview at the embassy, if the university track is still open, it's okay for you to go and try university track. That is because your documents have not left the embassy to NIIED, because university track and embassy track go through NIIED. I hope this makes sense. If the embassy submits your documents to NIIED and then you fail at the level of NIIED, if you go and try to apply university track, if university selects your or reviews your documents, they would have to submit it to NIIED, and NIIED will then realize that you had once applied through embassy track, and that's ground for disqualification. So you must make sure that if you want to go and apply through university embassy track, make sure that it ended at the level of embassy in your home country or neighboring country if you don't have an embassy in your country. I hope that is understandable. Embassy track applicant must apply to only one program, general, overseas, Korean, or first track must apply to only one program among UIC. This is understandable. University track applicants must apply to only one program, UIC, regional. So if you decide you want to go through university track, either you're using UIC, University Industry Cooperation, or you're applying through regional university track. We already looked at the different universities that are available on UIC are Gks. Regional university is basically RGS. And also, either you're selecting associate degree program. So if you're applying through a university track, you have either UIC, RGS, or regional university, or associate degree. Applicants apply to one university and single department. Okay, let me explain this. Embassy track applicants apply to only one program. If you're applying through embassy track, normally you're supposed to select 3 universities. If you want to apply through embassy track, let's say you select Seoul National University. If you want to study economics at Seoul National University, take note that the second major, like 3 universities, the second major should not also be economics. It can be maybe mathematics. And then third option, if you're applying through embassy track, the third option, if you select one type B, you have already selected economics and maths. Make sure you select maybe even geography. Select the same program or same major. That's what they want you to do here. Only one program. But they did not specify degree. If an applicant applied to more than one track program, his or her application is disregarded in the evaluation and the scholarship cancelled if afterward. Okay, so they're just basically trying to make sure that you don't apply to different tracks. You don't apply through UIC and then through RGKS to increase your chances, or you apply through embassy and apply through UIC and then still apply through RGKS. If they discover, they will cancel your application. That's what they mean by duplicate applicants. Let's continue. Today, applicants must check additional restriction eligibility set by each degree university. Every university has their own condition. Always said this. Some universities will tell you if you want to study maybe nursing, to do nursing, you need at least topic level 4. Which means if you get the scholarship and go for the language program, when studying, you must make sure you take topic, test of Korean proficiency, test of proficiency in Korean language, sorry, you must make sure you sit for topic level 4 and obtain topic level 4. You will not have to sit for topic level 3, which is the standard level that by the scholarship. It says here, all Gks should achieve level 3 to their degree program. How some departments of degree universities may have additional requirement, e.g., topic level 4 enrollment, which means you must obtain topic level 4 before you enroll to begin your degree program. Please be mindful about these requirements set by each university department. If you do not meet this requirement and fail in the university, your scholarship will be cancelled. Check for any specific enrollment period set by each department. It's important to note that every university will have their own deadline for application, and every embassy in the different country will also have their own deadline. You have to also make sure you check different embassies in your home country. Scholars whose Korean language program is delayed, e.g., return after leave of absence, must check if the degree program is only available to start at a certain period of time. Okay, what this means is, for example, some universities can only accept the graduate students at the beginning of the year, that is in March. Which means if you go and do your language program and then finish, language program is supposed to be 1 year. Normally, if you start in March language, it means the following year you're supposed to begin your degree program. If it happens that you're not able to obtain at least topic level 3, that you can go ahead and begin your degree program in March the following year, that is in 2026, you will be given an extra 6 months to obtain the topic. But because maybe you finish at the time when it will be September, and maybe your degree program doesn't start in September, then you would be in problem. So you must make sure you're saying that your degree program can either accept that you start your degree in March or September, because some universities have a policy for bachelor's degree students in such a way that the degree programs only begin in March. There is no September session, which means basically just one admission session per year. So you have to be careful not to fall or be in a situation where you've succeeded in obtaining your topic, but you cannot begin your degree program in September because your university does not allow students to do a bachelor's degree, start their bachelor's degree in September. For example, if a specific department or major only allows students to start their first semester in March, relevant scholars may not enroll in the degree program in September. That's what I was saying. There are some universities that will allow bachelor's degree study to be in March. There is no September entry. There is only spring. There is no fall. So if it happens that you went and started your language program in March, then the following year, that is 2026, you're expected to have obtained topic level 3 or 4 and then start your degree in March, but were not able to obtain topic, and then you were probably given an extra 6 months. Maybe you left the country and went home for 2 reasons. Something happened and you were not able to meet up the March entry. It will be a problem for you. They are just warning you in this situation. Okay, for the selection process, I think I have already mentioned this. If you're going through embassy track, this is the embassy will review your document and then do an interview. They will select. Then once they select, they will send the documents to NIIED in South Korea. NIIED will then review your application also. Then NIIED will then recommend students they think are successful back to the embassy. So embassy has round 1 and embassy has round 2. Then embassy has round 3, where they select the final candidates and then they will make the announcement. Round 3 is basically between the embassy and the university. Round 1 also is between the embassy and the university. Okay, then university track, they have first to the university. The university will do the selection and then recommend successful students to NIIED. NIIED will then review the selected students, and they would also select some few students. For example, university can send even 2 students to NIIED. NIIED will then review those 20 students and then probably send 10 back to the university. They send 10 back to the university and reject 10. And then the university will then have to review those 10 again, because maybe they can only accept 5. They will drop 5 more and then announce 5 as successful candidates. Which means if you're going through embassy track, the process is a bit longer. But through university track, the process is not that long. And then schedule, tracks, embassy, and then there's university. What is the deadline? Application deadline is set by each embassy. Would announce results by October 11. Interview. That's for this one is examination of documents. Interview will be on October 18, and then applications will arrive NIIED by November 1st. Then late November, results will be announced. And this is first round, and then this is second round. First round, this is it here, sorry. Then this is second round, NIIED. And then third round, and then final students. So the process is a bit long if you're going through embassy track, but you have the advantage of selecting at least 3 universities. And the next is university track. They say close after October 25th, but be careful. Every university has their own deadline, but it cannot go above 20th October. Take note of that. Some universities I tell you maybe even September 30th, or maybe October 5th or October 10th. You must go to the university website and check their GKS application deadline. So if you are applying through university track, make sure you check the university's application deadline. Results will be set by the university themselves. They will set it and announce it. November 15th, the university will announce interview for the first round, and then second round NIIED will announce before final selections will come out in January. You get your documents to go get your visa. Explain again. Selection timetable. It is on the studyinkorea.go.kr website. First round announced by each Korean embassy and university. Each embassy will release their results, schedule and application details on their website by mid-September. So you must make sure for the first round you check with your different embassies in your respective countries. Deadline will be set by each Korean embassy and university. University deadline, it has been already talked about it, 25th of October. First round selection, document examination. Results announcement of document examination, October 11th. Basically, they are just repeating the same things that we've already went through. There's also embassy university interview. The deadlines have been announced here in detail. I'm not going to go through this again. I think I'll skip because we've already mentioned this one. January. This is it up here. This is it up here. All of that information that we've talked about, just down in different steps. Again, easy comprehension. Document submission in accordance with Korea, Ukraine. This one is for people who are applying for the option with Ukraine, the IRTS for Ukraine. I don't think we should dwell that much on it because you have only 7 students. List of documents. Normally, when you see required, it means you must provide it. And Form 1 to Form 6 are the documents that we talked about here. The documents that I did mention. Let me get that application document again. So Form 1 is application form. We already talked about this form. Form 1 to Form 6. Basically, from Form 1 to Form 6, it's the application file documents. And then from number 7, it's proof of citizenship. It is also a required document. Proof of citizenship, high school graduation or expected graduation, and your academic. These 3 documents must be consular authenticated. You must make sure you consular authenticate these 3 documents. Now, this one from number 10 and 11. It is relevant applicant, graduation certificate or certificate of expected graduation of associate degree, transfer degree. This is in a situation where you are applying to do a bachelor's degree and you want to prove that you already obtained an associate degree. Then in that situation, you have to provide your graduation certificate, prove that you've obtained an associate degree, and your transcript prove that you've obtained an associate degree. And then this other one is for people who are Korean or who are Koreans but they live overseas. And then these are optional, but they are also important. Topic score and English proficiency. The higher the topic, more points. Copy of awards and other certificates. Let me make sure I'm still live. Okay. Applicant passport is required for relevant applicant. If you do not yet have a passport, it's not an issue. You can still apply, but if it happens that you get the scholarship, you would need the passport. So why don't you just get a passport now? Because maybe you might get the scholarship and then probably might not have enough time to obtain a passport. Application document for first round of embassy university. Now, documents to complete and require certificate submission requirements set by each member university, whether to copy electronic files, documents without certified translation. Okay. It is important for you to know that some universities might allow you to apply without authenticating your documents, but you might find maybe just one or two. The only way you can is for you to go to the university website. I cannot go through all of those university websites to verify which university will allow you to apply with an authenticated document or not. So you have to make sure the submission method in the different universities. Number of documents to submit, it will be set by different universities. Documents to complete: application, statements, plan, recommendation letter, agreement, personal medical assessment. That's from 1 to 6. You must submit document. Require certificate. Basically, they are still going through this application checklist. They're still going through those documents here. All applicant documents sent to NIAD for the second round of selection must meet the submission requirement for the second round of selection. Second round of selection simply means you make sure you submit all the documents that are required up here. Alright. Application document for second round of submission. All forms must be filled in English or Korean with applicant's original handwriting, signature, postal or consul. So it might happen that the university might, or NIIED might ask for other external documents. For example, if you apply with a certificate of expected graduation or a transcript of expected, it's not the original, the final transcript. If you get selected, they would want you to submit your copy of your graduation certificate. So this one will mostly concern those who apply with a provisional graduation certificate. In the second round, they would ask you to provide those documents. So you have to take into account that fact. Embassy track, one original plus 3 additional photocopies. We're talking about number of documents to submit. If you're applying embassy track, you must provide 1 original. Why are they requesting that you provide 1 original? 1 original simply means the authenticated document. You make one authenticated document, that's your transcript, graduation certificate, and your certificate of nationality. Then you fill out all the from 1 to 6. You would have to photocopy the authenticated document and then print out from 1 to 6 3 more times. One set of file will contain the original, and then you would have 3 sets of photocopies of the same original document. This is because the original will stay with the embassy, and then the other 3 will now go to the 3 universities that you will select through embassy track. The universities will be provided with the photocopies of your original documents, while the embassy will keep the original documents during the selection process. While if you are applying through university track, you can provide just one original. So what are the originals? The original will be an application form, personal statement, study plan, letter of recommendation, applicant's agreement, medical assessment, 1 authenticated copy of your proof of citizenship, 1 authenticated copy of your certificate, authenticated copy of your transcript, and then if you have maybe a valid topic, you If you have awards, provide the awards, and then a copy of your passport. That the document that you will send to the university in Korea. Okay. Submission requirement. Documents written in English or Korean be apostilled or consular confirmed. Please give me a second. Documents written in other language. Documents written in a language other than English or Korean must be submitted with a certified translation. Basically, you need to use an office that do translation, but that office must be recognized by your government. You must use certified translation offices, and then once you've translated the document, you must obtain an apostille or consular confirm either the original document or the certified translation. So if your certificate is in Arabic, you must make sure, or maybe in Hindu, you must make sure you use a certified translation office for them to convert your document from English, from any other language to English. And then once they've done that, you will then have to apostille or consular confirm that either the original, which is in a language that is not English or Korean, or the translated copy that is now in either English or Korean, they must consular confirm or authenticate. No, must consular confirm or apostille one of the two documents, either the original document that is in English or the translated copy. If your country belongs to one of the member countries of the Apostille Convention, submit required certificates with apostille. So if you've been following me, I made a video last time where I talked about the difference between consular confirm and apostille. A link will be down in the description later on. But some countries are members of apostille conventions of country. In that case, apostille confirm your document. But if your country is not on this list, then you have to make sure you use consular confirmation, which means you must go to consulate or Korean embassy in your home country for put the little sticker or stamp on your document. Number of documents to submit. They're repeating. Embassy track 1, apostille consular confirmed document, plus 3 additional simple photocopies. So normally this one document that you can either apply or consular confirm, and then make 3 photocopies of those originals. Normally the photocopies will be on your transcript, graduation certificate, and your certificate of nationality, or the document that is proving your nationality, which can be your birth certificate. And then for first track, either one apostille confirm or consular confirm, and it's the same. One graduation certificate, one script, one certificate or birth certificate to prove your nationality. If, again, let me repeat, if your birth certificate cannot prove the relationship between you and your parents, you can use their passport. If your birth certificate does not carry information that says your parents are from the same country like you, maybe your parents can be from different nationality, Basically, the reason to why they're asking you to provide a certificate of nationality is because they want to make sure you are not a Korean citizen. So it doesn't really matter if parents are from different countries. It's important for them to be certain that you are not a Korean national. Okay, let's continue. This has been a very long video. Things to know when preparing application document. Application document for the first round of selection. All documents must be submitted in English or Korean. Please follow the submission guidelines set by each embassy. Yeah, like I said, some embassies might be okay with you going there to hand your document in person. Some embassies might tell you submit your documents through a postal service. You must make sure you go to the embassy website and check the submission method. That is for embassy track. If they say do a postal service, do not visit our embassy, then you have to post it. If they say you can either post it or send or go there and hand it in person, you can choose. For university track, some universities will say it can be handed in person or postal service, which means if you want, you can send it to somebody that you know in Korea and they will go and hand it, or you can post it directly to the university. While some might tell you you must go to their website for the forms, because some universities have a different process. Like that's why they said you need to go to the university website and look at the application process. Some might want to fill out some documents, print them out, add them to your documents before applying. This one says each embassy university may simplify the submission of documents based on selection procedure, which is what I was saying, that you need to go to the university website and look at the submission process. Some universities in South Korea will want you to submit your documents without even thinking about authentication, even for their normal admission, which is not the Gks scholarship, even for their own, because most universities have their private scholarship to give students scholarship or admission. Tell you to just scan your normal documents, your transcript, graduation, and upload on the website, and then they'll verify, see if you're a good student. If they think they can offer a scholarship, that's when they'll tell you, okay, we think we can offer you a scholarship. Go now and authenticate or confirm your documents, or apostle your documents and send them to us for us to give you admission and a scholarship. So you need to go to the different university websites and check. Application document of successful candidates for the first round must meet submission requirement for the second round of selection upon arrival at NIIE. Application document for the second round of selection. If any of the required documents are not submitted, or if any of the application forms are submitted without applicant's signature, you have to sign in different sections in the form. Make sure you sign on those different sections. On the recommendation letter, make sure your recommenders sign on the different sections in the form. If they don't sign, they will not evaluate your application file. If your document is unable to be reissued, original, obtain an apostille or consular confirm. This is what I've been telling people. If you know you have just one original document, you need to tell the offices that are in charge of those processes, make a photocopy of your original document and put those stamps on them. The postal document, it is true original. It is also considered original because it, imagine that, okay, they saw your original and then they said, okay, we've seen your original, and then we put them saying, okay, your documents are not fake because we've seen the original. Don't submit your original documents for this scholarship They've said it here. Unless you know that it can be reissued by your school. In South Korea, we can obtain our documents anytime. You don't need to go to any office. There are machines that you go and put money in those machines and get your transcripts and graduation certificates. Applications submitted to NIAED will not be returned in any case. Simple photocopies or notarized copies of the apostille consular confirmed documents are not accepted. Don't go and send simple photocopies. They want a certified true copy issued by a Korean embassy or a certified true copy issued by a government agency. Government agencies are the ones that are in charge of apostillization documents. The Korean embassy is in charge of consular confirmation. If an applicant graduated from a third country, he or she can submit graduation certificate and academic transcript with consular confirmation issued by an embassy of the relevant country. So let's say you're from maybe India and then you studied in Pakistan. To get your documents consular confirmed in Pakistan where you studied. Maybe let's say you are from Nigeria and then you studied in Ghana. It's okay for you to get your documents consular confirmed in Ghana, the country where you studied. For us in South Korea, when we want to use our documents to do anything, if it needs consular confirmation, we go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Korea, MOFA, and the consular confirmation there, despite the fact that we are not Koreans. So it's basically the same thing. If you put it in another country, they should be able to confirm that, okay, this document was issued by a university in our country. They say required certificates that are issued online must be apostille or consular confirmed. Yeah. If there is expiration date on an apostille or consular confirmed, the validity of the document will be judged based on the date indicated on authentication. If there is no specific date indicated, the document will be accepted if it was submitted within 2 years from the date of authentication. So let's say applied last year and you still have a copy of your documents that you had authenticated, you can still use those documents to apply. You don't need to go and do new consular authentication, especially if there is no expiration date of the document. But if there is an expiration date, they will look at that expiration date and tell you to go and get new document. If a university requires national documents, e.g. portfolio, applicants must submit these materials directly to the university. Yeah, for example, some students who are into arts, music, and so on, they will ask for a portfolio. So be ready to provide those things. Gks is simply telling you that make sure you respect their requirements, but know that every university also has their own requirement. Document submission requirement for the second round of selection. Official certificate, family register issued by a government proves family relationship between an applicant and his or her parents. But this one is basically for you to prove your citizenship. If the parents' citizenship information is not indicated in the above document, then submit a valid passport as supplementary. Ethnic group, place, or current submitted document will not accept citizenship information. Please submit valid passport. So here they don't want a situation where your birth certificate is saying that you were born in a village, or your birth certificate is saying that your father is from this village. You want your birth certificate to say that, okay, you are maybe from India, your parents are also Indian, Or maybe you are from Nigeria, not maybe Igbo. If passport is not available, please submit other government issued documents or copy of ID card that clearly indicates citizenship. If you have your ID card, it's a government issued document. If it says that your parents are from India, it has their name and it has their place of birth. Make an authenticated copy of it and slide it. It says if supplementary documents submitted in addition to a birth certificate or family register do not provide the required information, your application may be put in a disadvantage. They want a document that is going to tell them your parents' nationality, which is why they are insisting on it. Graduation certificate. Submit a degree certificate or a diploma that indicates a date or month of graduation. Important, a date or month of graduation. So it should say maybe 10th of September or September. There must be a date on it. Submit a certificate officially issued by the institution of previous degree program. If applicant who has an associate degree applies for a bachelor's degree program, the previous degree program of such applicant is associate degree. It's easy. Certificate of expected graduation will be accepted only if the document indicates expected graduation date or month. Like I said, normally they expect that you should graduate by the 1st of 2024. So if you apply with a certificate of expected graduation, it will say that you will graduate maybe on the 11th of November, 12th of December, or maybe 30th or 31st of December 2024. You want to see a date or month. Certificate of expected graduation not after counselor confirmed due to government policy. Submit an after counselor confirmed certificate of enrollment. Yeah. If it happens that your certificate of expected graduation cannot be counselor confirmed, you want to submit something from your school, even an enrollment certificate. There must be a document from your school that can be authenticated. Submit a notarized certificate of expected graduation with authenticated certificate of enrollment. A simple certificate of enrollment without expected graduation date is not accepted. Date is very important. So most of the time you put the date and you sign. Provisional graduation certificate that does include or indicate a graduation date will be considered as a certificate of expected graduation. So if you provide a document without the as a document saying that you graduate soon, applicants who are expected to graduate must first submit a certificate of expected graduation at the time of application. If such applicant pass the first round of selection, they must submit a graduation certificate or a degree certificate by December. I was talking about this date. You cannot provide a document that says you will graduate on the 1st of January 2024 disqualified. And here, GPA, submit an academic transcript issued by the School of Previous Degree. School of Previous Degree is your high school, or if you associate degree, your associate degree transcript. If a GPA is in one of the acknowledged GPA scale from 4 to 5, submit transcript converted into one of the scale as a supplementary document. Yeah, you need to get a transcript school that The converted transcript is only valid when the relevant high school, university officially confirms authenticated. This document is not need to be apostilled. Your university or your high school just needs to put their stamp on it. You don't need to go through the process of consular confirmation or doing an apostille. And you must provide them with the originals from your school. Converted transcript printed out from a website such as Scholaria or West.org is only valid when the relevant high school officially confirms the document. This does not need to be apostille or consular confirmed, but should be submitted in an original document with school authentication. Your school just needs to make sure they put the stamps on it. So, without converted transcript, applicants' eligibility and academic cannot be evaluated, of course, because your grades are what they need to use to put you into competition with other students to know who is the better student. If a transcript indicates a CGPA for the entire academic duration, it will be accepted even if it does not indicate GPA per semester. So don't worry if your GPA is not per semester, but there's like the overall GPA. In such case, please provide your CGPA only in your application form. This is long. This is transfer students. I don't think we should waste time on this. But today's topic, submit if necessary. So if you have topic or else, submit. Topics, these are the topics that will be accepted because topic expires. Normally this is where you can get topic score. English proficiency, you can also submit. They are optional documents, but they are necessary. It looks like for undergraduate there is no extra point. Let's continue looking at it. Awards, if you have awards, provide them. It's a good thing. Submit materials such as award that can prove activities described in personal statement and study plan. These documents do not need to be apostilled. Yeah. Passport copy. Submit if necessary. But know that some schools might want you to provide your passport. Things to check when submitting application document. Both embassy and university track. Applicants must put the official name of the university department they are applying to. Applicants can only apply to the universities and departments listed in the university information file. If an incorrect department is written on an application, such application may be disqualified for evaluation. I already showed you how to go and get information from the university information file. Your name must match what is on the passport. It's very important. Make sure you've completed every section in the application file. Make sure you follow the checklist. The checklist has been numbered. Make sure you follow it. Place number and label each document on the top right hand corner. So this is very important. Basically, consider that this is an A4 paper. You can number the document from 1 to whatever number the documents are, and then write the name of the document here. And then once you're done, you can cut it into this size and then put it in front of your A4, the bigger paper, as a label. All the to be submitted as an A4. Okay. Embassy track must check the requirement when filling in desired university. Can 3. You cannot choose 3 different departments from a single university. You must choose from different universities. One university must be at least from type B. Make sure you don't fill out a type A university in a type B section. They will exclude your application. They will not look at your application. They say, please be reminded that if applicants choose all 3 universities among high competitive universities, even if they pass the second round of selection, some can fail from all 3 universities in the final round of selection. So you better be careful. If you choose National University, Korea University, Yonsei University, those are competitive universities, you're putting yourself at risk. University track applicants must fill 1 university in the application. You can choose only 1 university. Main points of evaluation: review of qualification, selection committee will conduct during examination, citizenship, level of education, academic grades, and verify whether is qualified for the program. Review competency. Selection committee will evaluate each applicant's competency through document examination and oral interview. This is the best part. Additional points. Applicants who hold topic 3 or above will be given additional points, 10% of the total allocated points. See, this is for descendants of Korea. Applicants for science and engineering department will be given additional points. The allocated Korea. They are doing everything to get all the STEM students. Okay. Applicants will receive additional points based on language proficiency in Korean and English. Points will be given to applicants with valid topic certificate based on their topic level. If the higher your topic level, the more points you get. Points will be given to applicants with valid English proficiency based on their test score. Okay, so this is it. Those are the scores. Okay, so you know, if you have topic level 5-6, you have 100% point, and then this is for IELTS 8.0, you have 90%. So if there is no submission of language proficiency test, personal statement and study plans will be the main points of evaluation. So if you have one, the language test, you have an advantage, and they would also look at your study plan. Evaluation: overseas Korean, final announcement of successful candidates. These ones are dates. Let's go down and look at the. Alright, this is the scholarship information. Bachelor's degree, 5 to 7 years. There is 1 year of Korean language, 1 year of Korean language, and then plus 4 to 6 years of degree program. Associate degree, 3 to 4 years. There is 1 year of Korean language and 2 to 3 years associate degree. Important regarding scholarship: applicants who submit topic level 5 or 6 exempted from Korean language. So if you have level 5 or 6, you go and do your degree programs directly. Those who receive topic level 5 or 6 within the first 6 months of Korean language will be exempted from the remaining 6 months. So if you know you're already good at Korean language, you can go to Korea, and then within the first 6 months you write topic. If you can obtain 5 level 6, begin your degree program immediately. Scholarship benefits: tuition fee, Gks scholars in degree program, Gks scholars in language, then all Gks scholars will receive an airfare. Study incentive: tuition fee, approximately they are hoping to spend at least 5 million. And then for language also, 4 quarters. Normally language in Korea is every 6 months you have two sessions. So basically there are 4 sessions in 1 year. Twice 4 quarters. To provide you with an air ticket. Okay, Korean language per year. University amount exceeds 6 million. Admission fee. Study incentive. We'll do another video where we'll have to make this calculation. But normally you receive study incentive, settlement allowance, monthly allowance, research allowance, Korean proficiency, topic application, degree completion grants, medical insurance, and publication printing. That's for those who would be writing thesis. They're still repeating the same thing. Students who have level 5 or 6 will be exempted from topic. Entry airfare will not be provided to newly selected scholars who are residing in Korea at the time of final announcement. So if you're already in Korea, they will not buy you another plane ticket. Any domestic travel fee within a scholar's home country and international travel insurance to the trip to Korea will not be covered. So if there is any travel insurance, who really buys those things? Entry or education support will not be provided to scholars who enter Korea from a country other than the scholar's own country. So let's say you're in another country, you would have to get your visa. You pay for your visa application, and they will not buy your flight if you are in another country, which means you can only fly from your home country. If you want to exempt yourself from visa application, you can only apply for free without paying visa fee if you are in your country. They say if a scholar withdraws from the scholarship within the first 3 months after the enrollment to a university, 1 month to the full scholarship amount that he or she has received after being selected. Wow. That's wow. Okay. Okay, this is the CGPA conversion table. Scale of 4, 4.3, 4.5, 5.0, or the 100-point scale, or what we call percentile. So this is what is going to guide you. This is the highest score, and this is the lowest score. You must make sure within this range. You must make sure you're within those 2 range when applying for the scholarship. And then down here there is the contact information of every Korean embassy They have their emails here, the fax and phone number. So they're providing this information here because they want you to call and ask them for information about the scholarship. So it is your right for you to call them and ask them to have more information about the scholarship. And then for the universities, they have the contact information here. You have to make sure to contact also the universities either through emails or through calls. So do not hesitate. It's your right to call them and ask for information. Now let me see. Let me look if there are any questions or comments. This video has been long. Let's see. Who is asking, can I apply for GK scholarship after secondary school? You can apply if you are about to graduate from high school. You're still a baby. Go ahead and finish high school. Or if you know you're almost in the process of finishing high school, you can apply. If not yet in the age of going to another country and living in that country without your parents. Let me see if there are other questions here. Questions. Would have to do another live sessions where we will break this application guidelines in other short videos. So if you have your questions, you can go ahead and leave them in the comment sections of the videos. Let me see. I have two screens, so you would see my head going from left to right. Don't be surprised. Somebody says we should do a video on how to fill the application form. Yes, we will. It's complicated. There is another video on the channel on how to fill out this application form. We'll probably do a video tomorrow. If I come back from work and I'm not tired, maybe I'll think about it. Hello, I graduated with a bachelor's degree from the Faculty of Pharmacy and I want to apply for GKS graduate program to pursue a master's. How can I find university that offer a master in pharmacy? This is for graduate application. Graduate application will be open in February. I have a video on the channel on how to go about looking for your majors. When you go on the Facebook page, try to educate yourself by going through the different videos that are already on the page. Sometimes you guys ask questions that have already been answered and it makes it to be very unfunny. Imagine me having to answer questions that are already responded to in other videos. Alright guys, I'll end the video here. I see 12 people are available on YouTube. If you have your question on YouTube, ask, because I'm almost at the verge of ending this live. If not, then I'll see you in the live where we'll still break this application guideline into 10 minutes videos. All right. that being said, let's call it a day. It's been an hour 44 minutes of live session. Make sure you share. If you want me to read your personal statement and other things, make sure you're sharing it on your social media profiles, especially on